2025 has given us a ton of great Bionicle creations. But what are the best ones? Join me as we count down the 10 best Bionicle MOCs of 2025. Everything from Hero Factory to Bionicle and much, much more. Let's do it. Beginning us off in the number 10 spot, it's not a Bionicle. It's Space Marine Stormer. This was built by KZI1. Looking at this side by side with the source material from Warhammer 40k, you can see just how well translated this is. Obviously they've added a lot of their own poetic license, but actually I think that's what makes this so wonderful. This is quite a nice mix of Bionicle pieces, CCBS Hero Factory elements, and plenty of system parts. That wonderful union of elements. It produces incredible weaponry, beautiful, bulky armor, and so much rich detail. There's something about Hero Factory that looks so good when you mix it with another licensed theme. Even themes that LEGO doesn't own, like Warhammer. This is just such a nice combination. And I don't know what it is, but a hero with big weaponry, big guns, that's something else, man. It always looks good. Number 9 goes to this little trio of MOCs. It was crafted by the ever-talented Eero Okkonen. This was made for the Bio Cup. He was tasked to build something that related to the words orc, troll, and goblin. There's a real magic to these creations. 3 characters that look very similar when you look at them all together, but when you separate them and you really start to study the details, they become so distinct, so expressive. They have a lot of personality. And that's a difficult thing to pull off in a LEGO MOC. But Eero did it, and he did it well. Oh, and check out the building techniques. This dude here with his sick-looking forehead, heaps of these repeated dark red tail elements. That looks awesome. And then using one of these straps from this video beatbox. And then you link it together with the help of this shield. This is actually quite a modern piece. It appears in a few different Ninjago sets. That's incredible. It's often the little details that really finish a MOC. This is cool. Then the next one, making use of Kalma's feet pieces for a head. What a genius part use. And then, repeating these blade elements on the sides of the torso. These ones here came from some Ninjago spinners. They appear in a few other sets too, but oh man, look at how sick that looks. And then the last dude, with his sweet hat. This decorated element appeared in a Ninjago Destiny's Bounty set, but it does look pretty good as a hat. Dude, look, I'm just scratching the surface. Every square inch of these characters is littered with amazing part usage, and each character is so expressive and so cool. The 8th best Bionicle MOC of 2025, it goes to Elish Norn by Alex MOCs. If you're not familiar with Magic: The Gathering, well, this is the original character next to Alex's MOC. He did an amazing job of recreating the anatomy, the shapes, the forms. This is next level. Even going so far as to replicate these tentacle things in the background. This has been done by spamming hundreds of these Aliwa Fantoka feet pieces. The resulting texture when you put them all together and curve them around, it looks just like this image. That's pretty sick. Hey, if you're bold enough to buy hundreds of one piece, maybe you gotta do something like this. It's great to see these Technic panels making up the shape of this face. I mean, that's literally the perfect piece you could use to replicate this. And I believe these are official LEGO cloth pieces in red. I think they come from the Elite Praetorian Guard, that Star Wars Ultra Build set. I always like it when people use cloth. Doesn't it look great? Hey, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. It's perfectly accurate. It's technically brilliant. It's some great anatomy work. Dude, this is a masterclass. Number 7, it goes to another BioCup entry. Whenever the BioCup rolls around each year, you gotta pay attention to those MOCs. There's some good stuff. So this one is Anubis, and it's made by the ever-amazing LEGO Joey. I actually want to comment on the presentation of this MOC, because sometimes that's just as important as the MOC itself. This kind of tan background with these golden pillars. Well, these pillars are actually LEGO pieces. They're kind of obscure LEGO pieces. They come from this old Adventurers set. You just got this random, sarcophagus container. It's weird, but it's cool, and again, it is Lego. So just getting 2 of them, flipping them around, and using them as decoration. Gosh, it looks so good. I love seeing weird pieces put into action. It's lovely to see a lot of new, modern Ninjago pieces in gold. While yes, they aren't Bionicle pieces, a lot of these pieces feel so Bionicle coded. So mixing them in with a lot of Bionicle parts, it just feels right at home. Now this nose on Anubis. I might even say this is my favorite part use of 2025. It's the foot piece from Wenwa Metru. You flip it around and now it becomes the nose of Anubis. It does look very dog-like. The fact that the very tip looks like his little snout. It feels like this piece was born to be used in this way, but it wasn't. That's the creative genius of Lego Joey. And shout out to this mummy in the background. Those bandages, again, this is made of Lego. This is the shoelace that comes on the Lego Adidas set. The big old shoe that they made quite a little bit ago. I think that was 2020, I want to say. I think. Using shoelaces in a Bionicle. Wow. This mock rocks. Of course, Lego Joey made it to the finale of the Bio Cup. Making its way to number 6. This award goes out to another person also called Ben. It's Benjamin Anderson and this amazing Ice Planet Stormer. We got 2 Stormer mocks. Wow. So I'm consistently blown away by the textures on this mock. I find myself going back to this all the time just to look at it. It's amazing. All of this sleek, smooth armor, which does feel very robotic. It's also got a bit of a futuristic vibe to it, which is right on point, because this is meant to be an homage to Ice Planet, a space theme. But then juxtaposing a lot of that smoothness with greebles. Even the way these greebles transition into more armored sections. It looks so good. The shaping on this is top notch. The handlebar elements here, you often see these on scooters, bikes, that kind of stuff. It gives it this really brilliant ab crunch. And then seeing Gully Nuva's mask for shoulder pads? Bro, the more you look at this mock, the more rewarded you are. This might just be the cleanest and prettiest mock of the year. It's probably some of the best texture work from this year. Brilliant as always. Our 5th best mock of the year, it's made by the master himself, the Maestro. This is Acidito. I said Stormer had some pretty good shaping, but this one does give it a run for his money. This bug-like battle suit. It almost looks fresh out of Kamen Rider. I really like it. But the colors, oh the colors, they look so crisp. They just pop, it's electric. These little accents of orange up against the dark bluish gray. That tiny hint of green, mate. And this head, it's making use of this gray piece. It appeared on Pahatu Fantoka's weapons. But turning that into a head, and then the bottom bit. This is actually that same foot piece from Liwa Fantoka, the one we were talking about before. Putting these 2 pieces together, decorating them up, giving them some bright yellow eyes. That's such a simple but incredibly effective head design. What an immaculate combination of pieces. Hey, we've even got old grey gully claws framing the waist. Everything about this is brilliant. Number 4. This is a really good one. Beans Bionicles has made Soundwave from Transformers Prime. This has to be the best recreation of this character that I've ever seen. And Transformers Prime Soundwave has such a unique visual style that looks so good. It's great to see this in Lego. So all of these wonderful dark blue Technic panel pieces, they really are the perfect elements to match the wings and the overall shape and feel that he has. But what makes this more exciting? A lot of these panels actually appear on this Lego Technic set, which is a relatively recent set. And I don't know, it just fills my heart with glee, knowing that this dude said, hey, I'm gonna go down to the shops, I'm gonna pick up this set, and I'm gonna use those pieces to build my own stuff. It just makes you feel like, hey, you know, I could do the same thing. There's something about the fact that it uses pieces from a relatively new set that makes it feel so much more approachable. I don't know, this really inspires me. You just feel like you can do the same thing. I love the face. The fact that it's taking this old crystal from Monster Fighters, came on this set right here. That set also included a glow-in-the-dark skeleton horse, the coolest piece ever, but the crystal. It's a pretty sweet way of replicating his face. That's such a nice part use. Our Bionicle Transformers are always a treat to see, especially ones that look this good. Down to the final 3. This one goes out to the winning mock of the BioCup 2025. The BioCup is one of the biggest Bionicle contests of the year. Like I said, you always see good stuff. This mock is called Breadwinner. It's made by Hellbop Bass. This creation kind of stops looking like a Lego mock and more like an art piece that you would see in a museum. This depicts famine. Taking a closer look, we've got these characters down below. They're so emotive, so expressive. They barely look like Lego, and they are covered with clever techniques. One thing I love is the use of different masks to shape these faces. And yes, these characters are eating the guts of this horse. More clever part usage, the arm of Red Hulk, a crater from Arakshi. It's a good way to represent guts. And then the horse. The shaping on here with barely any gaps and very seamless transitions of pieces. Even the way that this hair falls on the face and flutters in the breeze. It feels so lifelike. It's a very difficult thing to replicate the anatomy of a horse. In fact, I don't think any builders have even really been able to effectively 100% nail that. But this is probably the best example I've seen. It's pretty good. And another very expressive character up here is eating on top. You can really feel the weight of that food, which probably doesn't weigh that much, but just the way he's holding it, it feels so lifelike. Look at this head, making use of Knights Kingdom Lego armor and the Mask of Time. Whoa! Diving deeper into this, you just keep getting more and more surprises. Again, this is a work of art. It's good. Number 2. This goes to another Transformer. It is Shockwave. This is made by Mr. R03. This one takes a lot of inspiration from Transformers Prime Soundwave. 2 Stormers, 2 Transformers Prime mocks? Fascinating. Anyway, Transformers Prime designs, especially Soundwave, they have this very sleek appearance to them. A lot of layered, curved armor, which almost feels more organic rather than it being this like metal armor casing. It's just a very difficult look to pull off with Lego. It's so smooth. And yet, Mr. R03 pulled it off so effortlessly. I particularly like these hordes of spikes on the feet and the legs. The way it flares out like it's some sort of metal rose. Wow, that's wonderful. The mock also takes advantage of a ton of CCBS armor pieces, and then pairs them quite well with more of those Technic panel parts. Again, this is a very difficult aesthetic to pull off, but it's just been nailed in such a good way. This is magnificent. But now, it's time. The number 1 best mock of 2025. It's a creation that certainly lives up to its name because it is the definitive edition of Makuta. This is Pterodax, revamped by Brandon Builds. Looking at this next to the original set, it's such an exceptional upgrade. I mean, you know how it is, right? You got these characters, especially a big, huge character like Makuta, and you get this image of them in your head. It's a little different to how the set looks, but your imagination, your mind, even that sort of like inner child inside you, they hype it up so much and you get this over-the-top, perfect representation. You have an image of that in your head. And then you look at the set and you're like, oh, it doesn't quite add up to how I see it inside my mind. And yet Brandon says, hey, let me take that image out of your head and bring it to life. I don't know how he did that, because this is how I envision this character in my mind. Look at him. He's dripping with evil. He's so much taller. He's so much more imposing. Just the way he's designed. He almost looks like kind of reptilian, almost like a snake. It's got that vibe to it. This is the perfect way to represent the main evil villain of Bionicle. Now, I like all these repeated tubes and pipes that we see on the body. You know, the Makuta species, they're meant to be these amorphous, shape-shifting characters. And something about the very organic, Giga-inspired textures here It does look like it could change shape at any time. Brandon's put a lot of thought into the lore behind these characters and found ways of representing that. It's very commendable. And even these tiny little hints of lime just poking out of the body. That's such a good way to add in that little bit of an accent color. And it's so subtle. I love how subtle it is. Something about it looks like poison is coursing through his veins. It's what you'd expect to see on a bad guy. And then using Smorg dragon wings from this Hobbit set, that's like the perfect little finishing touch. Mate, I tell you what, this is easily the best mock of the year. This probably is actually the best revamp of any Bionicle I've ever seen. It is so good. There you have it, the 10 best Bionicle creations of 2025. Stay tuned to see the best system character and creature builds of 2025. That video is coming your way very soon. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. So these choices were my own picks. But at the same time, I also put out the call on various Discord servers and asked other people what their favourite mocks were this year. So this is a mix of my thoughts and others.